What's up, guys? It's Harvey. You're listening to TBS EFM.
I'm joined by a very special guest now who started off his career singing in his kitchen at home, of all places. He went from there to touring with the Vamps and Little Mix, collaborated here in South Korea with NCT Dream. We're going to talk about that, of course, in a little while. Now, though, he's a big name all on his own. I quote GQ magazine when I say this. Harvey, stay with me here. He's the whole pop star package.
Wow.
Boyish good looks.
I mean, okay.
A smooth melodic voice.
I'll take that.
Tightly choreographed dance moves and perfectly styled hair.
I mean, it's kind of. I wouldn't say perfectly styled, but definitely styled.
Harvey, welcome to the Steve Hatherly Show. Thanks so much for being with us.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm very, very excited.
You're in England now, yeah? It's early in the morning there?
It's 10 a.m., so it's not too early. It's quite early for me. My sleeping schedule is pretty all over the place at the minute.
You a night owl or a morning person?
I'm a night owl. But during lockdown, I was a very, very night owl. I was like nocturnal. I was awake the whole of the night and then just couldn't get up in the mornings. But I'm kind of back to normal now.
Well, how are things in England now? Are things kind of pseudo returning to normal a bit?
Yeah, well, a couple of days ago, the kind of like the lift on restrictions for masks and a lot of different things kind of like they were lifted, so we could go to cinemas, restaurants, all that kind of stuff. So it's been good, it's positive, but the only thing is, which is kind of mad, is I've been in this like kind of, in the first lockdown, I didn't really know many people that had coronavirus, right? But now I know so many of my friends that have the virus, more than ever, and now we've lifted all the restrictions. So it's pretty weird. I don't know. It's a pretty weird time in the UK right now because I feel like we might go back into another one. I'm not too sure.
What was it like going through the last year for you?
Sometimes I was very creative through like the lockdown because you have a lot of time on your own, right? So you're kind of bored. You've got to do something. So I kind of hit a wall with kind of creativity because I was like, what's the point? There's no point releasing music. It's not going to do well right now. Everyone's kind of just doing their own thing in lockdown, you know. And then kind of as I got through lockdown, I was like, do you know what? I think this is here to stay for a little bit. You know, we're not going to get out of this anytime soon. So I was like, it's time to be creative. It's time to actually do something and stop procrastinating. So it kind of, there was kind of creative kind of like stints within lockdown.
Everybody, right? It's just been an emotional roller coaster, right? No matter who you are.
It was just a roller coaster basically with everything. Not even just being creativity, but just being like in a good place. It was like up and down. But now we've kind of seen the other side of it. Hopefully, I'm all good. I'm back being creative, back in the studio. So that's all good.
If you think I'm gonna come back, I won't. I don't need your love. Don't need it. Don't need it. No, don't need it. I don't need your love. Don't need it. Don't need it. No, don't need it.
When you know you're playing with people from Korea, do you just start singing Don't Need Your Love just to try and distract them?
It's so crazy, right? Because I forget obviously I know how big NCT Dream are and they're huge in South Korea, but I forget their international impact. So I'll be in my local shopping mall and someone will come up to me and be like, oh my God, like you did a song with NCT Dream, like, we love, and it'll be like a whole group of people, and that's crazy, and they're all English, you know. And I think that's just amazing, and they're so powerful. And whenever I do any live streams, whenever I go anywhere, my highest requested song is Don't Need Your Love.
I just checked how many views that has on YouTube, that video. Have you seen the numbers recently? 32 million.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
That song was kind of like, they call it a comeback, right, in South Korea. Right. And it wasn't one of their like comebacks. It was kind of just like a side kind of song. And it was their best performing song that they've ever had as a side song. So, which was really, really cool. But they were great. NCT Dream were just so talented.
When I saw you, that was it. I was all in for the kiss. I could call it what it is. No, I'm not prepared for this. Baby, please don't say that I'm drunk on a dream. It's been one day and 2 nights.
Well, congratulations on the new single. One Day, Two Nights is doing really well. Really exciting for you.
Yeah, do you know what? It's been really exciting. It's like kind of a new kind of chapter for my music, I suppose. Originally, it was supposed to be a slow song. It was supposed to be a really kind of chilled out slow song. And I got into the studio and we got halfway through the day and I was like, you know what? I'm tired of just kind of like chill songs. I've been chilling for the last year and a half in lockdown. Like, I want like a dance song. I want like a clubby song because it's sunny. Everyone's going back out to clubs again and bars. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do like a dancey song. And then we came out with that and it's kind of an accident. So we just kind of rolled with it.
It's been one day and 2 nights. I don't wanna go home. Now it's too late for goodbyes. You're the one that I want in the dark. You're my highlight. Even though it's been one day and only 2 nights. I just wanna go down.
The music video for One Day, Two Nights is pretty cool as well. I mean, it has Wolf of Wall Street written all over it, obviously. And I saw you in another interview. That's one of your favorite movies, and that was the inspiration, some of the inspiration for the track, yeah?
Yeah, so during lockdown, I had a lot of time to watch a lot of movies. And Leonardo DiCaprio is my favorite actor. He's so cool. And that movie in particular, I was watching a couple of weeks like prior, and I love that movie so much. And I got all the treatments in for the music video, and it was like, you know, they were really cool, these ideas. But I was like, you know what? I want to do something a bit more creative, a bit more different. And I was speaking to like my team, and we're speaking about going back to offices again because all the offices have been shut, right? Like during lockdown. And I just remember thinking about the party scene in the office for Wolf of Wall Street. And it was so crazy. And there's so much going on. I was like, that would be an amazing music video if that kind of like party scene was recreated. So we did it. And I loved it. It was really cool.
I mean, did you always want to do something like that, but were a little bit too shy to kind of speak up?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you want to let like kind of like the people that do that at the record labels and all the other things, let them do their thing. But for some reason, I just really, really wanted to like recreate that kind of that scene. I mean, I've done that kind of thing before. I've got a song called Million Ways and recreated Dirty Dancing. That went down really, really well. And I just thought, you know what, we'll do it again, but do a slightly more mature video.
One Day, Two Nights, it says there's a story behind that.
Well, yeah. So I was, it was actually in between the first and second lockdown, and everything kind of opened again. All the nightclubs were open, and I went out and I met this person, and she was great. She was really cool, and I feel like everyone's emotions were really heightened because like no one had seen each other, no one had been able to be out.
People
so
would have been wanting to go crazy, right?
Basically, yeah. And I ended up spending the next couple of days with this girl, and she was amazing. She was so cool, so lovely, and it was like a bit of a movie. We went around London. I ended up basically spending 1 day and 2 nights with her, basically, and it was just really cool. She was a great girl, and I ended up spending like the next month with her. Before we went into another lockdown, and then we went into another lockdown, and I was like, cool, well, it was nice seeing you, it's nice to meet you. And
that's cool, kind of but I heard that you didn't even tell her that the song is about her.
No.
Didn't want to.
In fact, she DM'd me yesterday with a clip from an interview that I'd done where I've been speaking about it, and she sent it to me, and I just put loads of laughing faces.
So she knew without you telling her. Listen, you've been to Korea twice now in total, right?
I think 3 times, you know. First time I went was to see record label. Second time I went was when I did some promotion and met NCT Dream. And the third time is when I went out there and actually did the video.
Amazing.
Yes, I actually think 3 or 4 times actually. Been a few times.
I know you're gonna come back sooner or later. That's for sure, right?
Do you know what? When people ask me where my favorite places in the world are, like South Korea is up there, 100%. So cool. It's such a trendy, cool place. And everyone's so nice. It's so cool.
I'll teach you one useful phrase then today, okay? Repeat after me. 맥주 하나 주세요.
맥주 하나 주세요.
주세요. There, you just ordered a beer.
When the world is trying to take my pride, you're the only one that gives me life. Make me say I'ma be okay. Only you.
I know that you have tons of fans here. You must be anxious to get over here, but I guess there's no timeline yet, yeah?
No timeline yet because obviously no one knows 100% what's going to happen. There are like priority places that I've got on the list where we want to go. South Korea being one of them. Actually, funny, Australia being one of them as well.
Yeah.
So they're kind of over that side of the world. I kind of want to do kind of a stint where I kind of hit Asia and kind of Australia, those kind of places. All together. So I think hopefully, I mean, I'd love to say this year, but I reckon it's going to be the start of next year.
Yeah, there's no way to know, is there?
No. But I would love to come back.
So this is exciting. One day, two nights out now. What are you working? Are you working on anything else right now? Or are you just sitting back and kind of enjoying yourself?
No, I've been working on loads of other stuff during this time. I've got more music coming out in like the next couple of weeks. More music, more music videos, more singles. Loads more stuff.
Before we wrap up, I'm going to play you my summertime jam. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Dance with me, Harvey. There it is. Check out the new single. It's called One Day, Two Nights. It's from Harvey. Thanks so much, man. And I can't wait for you to get out here to Korea and you'll come and say hi on the show. Yeah, when you do?
So much. I'll come and order a beer.
맥주 하나 주세요. 맥주 하나 주세요.
I remember it.
Harvey, take care, man.
What it is, no, I'm not prepared for this. Baby, please.